Hey there, hey, and thank you for tuning in to this Thursday pod of Born to Be a Star. And a special happy birthday to my 4.5 pound teacup Yorkie Terrier, Benny Oliver Montano. Mommy loves you more than anything in the world, buddy, and I'm wishing you a very happy birthday. I hope that you know that you are a little star where you are, which is in the house, because you're clearly a Yorkie teacup puppy and you clearly aren't outside. But I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope that you know you're going to have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend. And it's not just your birthday, it's your birthday month. So we're going to have fun with you every day until February is over. Happy birthday, buddy. Mommy loves you more than anything. Today is another day and another opportunity for us to look in the mirror and reflect on where you've been and where you're going to next on your stardom journey. And when you're looking in the mirror, you're learning to love the reflection that you're seeing. And that can be fun or difficult, or it could be something. Whatever the case may be, you're learning to adapt and move forward. Every day is an opportunity for you to look in the mirror and reflect in the mirror and say to yourself, yes, I can have a great day. Yes, I can try something new. Yes, I can change my mind. Yes, I can decide I want to change my favorite color. Yes, I can decide that I want to get more into Pokemon. Yes, I can decide that I want to learn how to make a double-decker cake. Now, that sounds really complicated to me. I don't think that you can just learn that, but I mean, if you want to, go ahead. You can learn how to play the cello, the violin, the piano, the guitar, the saxophone, the flute, and or whatever other instrument you want. You can also learn how to sing. You can learn how to play tennis or golf, or you can become a fan of those sports. You can decide that you want to learn how to play chess or checkers, or you want to play poker, right? You want to get better at the casino or the poker games. You basically can really decide you want to do anything and then do it. You could change your favorite hair color. Like maybe you wanted to have black hair. Now you want red hair. Now you want brown hair. But then last week, I mean, I would not recommend like any type of blues or anything like that. But if you're sick of your hair color, why not change it? If you're tired of your car and you want a new one, why not get a new one? If you're sick of your living arrangements and you're tired of dumping all your money into someone else's mortgage instead of your own, maybe it's time for you to consider getting your own mortgage. Whatever the case may be, little or small, whether you're knitting, sewing, reading, learning, or teaching, you should be finding a way to say to yourself, yes, I can. Yes, we can. Following the idea of yes, we can is the idea of never giving up. When we think about the difficulty of life, we're faced with the fact that it's difficult and bad things happen to good people, and not everything turns out the way we want it to be. Sometimes a door closes for another one to open, or a situation is not what we expected. Something ends instead of begins, and that's okay. That's called life. We don't take it personally. We just live with that. We have to find a way to persevere through the difficulty to experience the good and recognize that we're the good. You have to persevere through the darkness to recognize that you're the light. And that's the idea of never give up. John Cena travels to different bases around the world, and he speaks to men and women that are serving in the Army, the Reserve, the National Guard, the SEALs, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marines. And his messaging to these heroes, I'm just going to call them heroes, is to never give up, to fight and to look forward and to know their strengths and to be courageous. And I want to speak that momentum into all of us every day. And so I do. The idea of never giving up is getting through to the next stage. The bad news, the situation that didn't work, the failure, the not being as good as you thought you were, but recognizing that maybe you can be as good as you actually are. That's an idea. Let us be brave. Let us be fearless together. Let us search for the things we're supposed to find. And let us not let a doctor's miscalculation or misdiagnosis stop us from chasing our dreams. Some people might never get where they want to be because they're too scared to try. We aren't those people. We're different. So let's do it together. Let's never give up on each other. I promise to never give up on you, and I hope that you'll never give up on me either, brothers and sisters. Following the idea of never give up, thank you, John Cena. And I'm definitely going to miss you in WWE. You're pretty much the lifeblood of WWE for me. I've seen you be a part of that culture for many, many years. And I think John Cena and many others, he's definitely one of the reasons I love wrestling. Just because he's always been this positive entity in the mix of chaos and insanity. Just his message has always resonated with me. And I would just like to say thank you to him for all his bravery and everything he's done. And I look forward to seeing him in movies and whatever else he's going to do in his retirement from WWE. But he will always be a legend to me, and there's no other way that I can look at that. Moving on from the idea of never giving up, we move into the idea of why not today, because we understand procrastination and indecisiveness is no one's friend. Taking 4 weeks to fix the dishwasher is crazy. And I know you might be thinking, why don't I just wash the dishes? Like, if you're going to make like chicken cacciatore or chicken parm or lasagna or soup or any of these meals that take multiple pots to make, right? Like it's Taco Tuesday and you have to make the chicken and the burgers and the ground beef in one pan. Maybe it's ground turkey, maybe it's not ground beef, I don't know. And then you have to like mix up the queso in another. That's 3. And then you have to use like a sheet pan for the taco shell. That's 4. Do you really want to wash all that by hand? Isn't it easier to just put that in the damn dishwasher? I mean, dude, I don't understand having a dishwasher and not using it. So I use this as an example because I don't understand how you could have it and not use it. So within 4 minutes, you look at the dishwasher, you put the cleaning stuff in it, and you recognize it's not turning on, it's not moving. At that point, something's wrong. You might want to contact your super, someone at the building, depending on what time it is. If you got out of work and everything is closed, you might want to wake up earlier the day after and contact them to see if it can be looked at. They might have a way for you to go online to try to get it fixed. I'd recommend that. If you have your own place, a condo, a house, whatever, you might want to contact Angie's List, a family member, maybe your dad. Dads know a lot about like kitchen things. Maybe your friend has experience with that. You know, someone in your family, a friend, might know how to fix it, and you might want to get them on the phone. Let's say you see a smudge on your wall in your living room or your guest room or your bedroom or the baby's room or your home office or the gym or the laundry room or the kitchen or the bathroom, one of the bathrooms. Are you going to look at it and stare at it and hope it goes away? Or are you going to take an initiative and take a step to fix it? Like, if I notice that something's crooked, like something on a wall, or I see something that doesn't look like everything else, my automatic response is going to be to try to fix it as best as I can. Now, I know I'm not an HGTV, like, connoisseur. Like, I like to watch HGTV shows, and I think the idea of, designing and recreating areas is fun, but I know I don't know anything about paint, and I know I don't know anything about like actually fixing a house that way. I mean, I like to learn if I could, but I'm likely gonna go to Home Depot, Lowe's, or True Value and just paint over it and try to find the closest color that I can, right? If we recognize that the washing machine doesn't work, we're probably going to contact somebody to get that fixed. And if the car's not working again, you're probably going to contact your mechanic. We can't buy time. We can't control time. We can't stop time. It's always moving, and we don't have any ability to stop it. Recognizing that is recognizing if you don't organize your life, if you don't prioritize things, they won't get done. If you don't follow a code of yourself, you'll never finish anything. And never finishing anything isn't the answer. To get things done, to move efficiently, you have to set a plan, you have to be prepared, and you need to be 10 steps ahead in case something does happen, so it won't be a shock to you. The idea of why not today is not procrastination and indecisiveness, but it's getting things done today because you recognize tomorrow might not come. Quiet Place might become reality, and the idea of Invasion of the Body Snatchers might be something that we thought was going to be bad, but it's far worse, because the idea that an alien could just consume you entirely and replicate you should really freak you the fuck out. I'm just saying, Invasion of the Body Snatchers sounds scary to me, and don't we want to get everything done before they completely annihilate the human race? And by human race, I mean human beings. We're just going to be decimated. Don't we want to get everything done before they just condemn us to the stones like they did the dinosaurs? Just a thought. Moving on from the idea of why not today, let us get into the next part of the conversation. So, it's Thursday, and it's Vinny's birthday, and I was going to do The Matrix. I even found topics to talk about, and I'll tell you the topics, but I kind of want to do something different, and I want to start something different. So come with me on this journey of discovery, and let's see if it works. So today's Vinny's birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. And the topics I wanted to talk about is the sound of simplicity and what if this isn't real. Those were going to be the topics that I wanted to talk about today on The Matrix. The red or blue, they're coming for you, The Matrix. But I kind of want to do something that includes these topics. I kind of want to bring some level of my Christian faith into my podcast. I've been scared to do that, mainly because I didn't know how people were going to react to the fact that, I am seriously a Catholic, and I do believe in things, and I don't expect other people to believe in what I believe in, but I think it's important, and I think the reason why I'm ready to do it at this point, just to see how it goes, is because believing in something is a beautiful, incredible thing. It's an uplifting, amazing experience, and why wouldn't you want everybody else to experience that with you? So I'm just going to do it. What am I grateful for today? I'm grateful that I get to wake up beside my husband, the man that I love. I'm grateful that I get to do something that I love to do, and that I get to be who I am. I'm grateful that finally, there's some sort of recognition for the failure of the government of the country that I live in. And that at last, girls and women are being seen. We've been chastised, we've been called names, we've been talked to inappropriately, we've been criticized, we've been laughed at, we've been told all the things we can't do, told all the places we can't go, told all the things we can't say. And at last, we shouldn't care about that. The sound of simplicity is also something that I'm grateful for. Because simplicity is easy. Simplicity is carefree. And simplicity isn't connected to anything. It's just simple, easy, and it's just there. I'm grateful, so grateful, that I can recognize what simplicity is and know that I want that. I don't want anything that is difficult. I don't want to be around people that aren't nice. I don't want situations that require me to put all this energy and effort into it just for it to not end up the way it's supposed to be. We need to be thinking differently. Sometimes faith, believing, hoping, praying, recognizing that we might not understand things is the simplest way to do it. Sometimes recognizing you can't be perfect at everything is freeing to your mind, your body, your soul, your life. holding on to negativity and anxiety and pain and suffering and telling yourself everything you can't be because other people told you, it's not the way to be. What if none of it was real? Every time someone said something to you, what if it was a lie? What if every time you got fired from a job or let go or told you weren't good enough or told it's not you, it's the situation? Maybe it was them. What if your friendship ended because the person that ended the friendship was a bad friend? What if the world's on fire because the world's crazy and you aren't? And they called you crazy for recognizing that. But what if it was the world? What if the opposite of what something is the real? What if the matrix isn't fake? What if we are all actually in some variation of that? Granted, that's a movie, and this is not a movie. But what if it is? What if we are all unconscious somewhere, attached to some sort of device, and the things that we're experiencing aren't real? Why aren't we asking these questions? And I think I'm kind of grateful and I'm kind of excited at the fact that we can ask these questions. I'm kind of curious. What if they've been lying to us? Trying to stop us from asking things. Trying to limit our curiosity and limit our experiences. To try to bubble us into something instead of giving us the answers that we're requesting. What if the matrix is real? So I'm going to spend time talking about religion and Christianity and God and believing in something, because we do have something to believe in. Each other. Life is not easy. Life is hard. It is not a box of chocolates. It's sometimes a box of shit. But we have to make the best out of it, and we have to fight together. The World Health Organization, these world organizations don't care about the people in the world. They care about the power of the world. And we have to alleviate them from their positions and remove them from power. And that is not easy, and that does not happen in a moment. And you will not condemn anybody because of their religious beliefs. Now, I don't believe in every religion. I believe in Catholicism. I'm Catholic. But that doesn't mean I'm going to unjustly attack people because they're not. And for Muslim people to unjustly attack me because I am Catholic isn't okay. Just like it's not okay for a Jewish person to attack me because I'm Catholic. I don't attack Jewish people, and I see them all the time, and I don't ever do that. We have to live in a place where we can ask questions, we can have religious conversations, and we can actually say, what if Matrix is real? I'm grateful that I live in a time where the president of my country is giving me the power to speak, and I will not be quiet. I will not go silent in the night, and I will not be scared. And you shouldn't either. So let's get to the main part of the conversation today. That was a trial. We'll see what happens on Monday. Revealing the truth. I mean, the only way you're going to succeed is if you tell the truth. If you lie, you're going to have to cover for the lie. And then you're going to have to cover for the cover of the lie. And then you're going to have to continue to make shit up to pretend that what's fake is real. And at some point, you might slip up and accidentally say something, or not say something, or tell somebody something that you didn't mean to say to them, and then they start asking, and then it all blew up in your face. The problem with lying is that it leads too many options for it to go the wrong way. And we should not want that. We should want to tell the truth, because in truth, there's nothing else. Honesty is the only way you succeed, because when you don't have anything to hide, then there's nothing anybody can do. The truth will always set you free. So revealing it is another way for you to always be ahead of everything. because you have nothing to hide. Winning is fun. I do feel like I've been winning. As you know, I'm a political fiend. I live and breathe off of politics, especially worldwide. I love the idea of understanding what's happening in the government that exists around me because I don't like them. I like limited government. I don't like the fact that they take my taxes and they burn the money that they take from me and my husband, and it really fucking infuriates me. But that all that anger goes into a podcast called No Media Allowed. And if you want to hear me combat the government, please press that play button for that podcast where I really go in on there. But winning is fun. Because when people tell you over and over again how much of a loser you are, and they tell you over and over again that you're not good, once you do something that they say you can't do, you've won. Right? I think that we spend so much time putting ourselves in these situations with these things that don't really matter. Telling ourselves we have to accomplish something. Yeah, it's important, but how important is it? Right? Is it really that important? I don't know. Winning is when you do something and you complete it and you succeed at it and you accomplish a goal and you beat something you weren't supposed to do. And the best feeling in the world is when you take all the trophies and no one was anywhere near winning. I brought up the political conversation because the moment Donald Trump said that he was running for re-election, I said on my normal podcast he was going to win. And everybody said, no, there's no way. And look, he got every vote from every state. He turned a lot of blue states purple, which might likely turn red, and he got the popular vote, and he changed the narrative. Now, this happened from a Republican, okay? And they're not that popular. And I'm Republican, as you know. More so Republican because of my Christianity and my Catholicism more than anything else. And I just don't understand how you could believe in Jesus Christ and not be a Republican. Because I don't believe in abortion. And I think God's going to ask you questions about that at some point. And I don't want to be on that side of history. But everybody said, and this is a bunch of people, there's no way he's going to win. But he did. They condemned everybody that was on board with Donald Trump. It didn't matter where they were from, what color they were from, where they went to college, where they worked, where they slept at night. They showed up at your house. They sent the FBI. They censored you on social media. They took down your videos during COVID. They told you all this ridiculous shit. And they treated you like you were the problem. And the best revenge in the world was doing something that they never thought would happen. Me and the rest of the smart Americans in the country I live in rejected them entirely. And they failed. And now every day they come on the screen, they go to Capitol Hill, they cry, they whine, they complain about Elon Musk. But the one thing they're doing is losing, because the only people that are winning is us. Now, you could see winning in a political situation, or you can see winning in your own life. Winning is when you accomplish something and no one stops you. And it feels good to win. So let's continue to do it together. Moving on from the winning, quality time is important, and you should spend it with your family as much as you can. Sadness can't beat happiness. I feel like sometimes we get caught up in sadness because it's easy. Bad things happen, and you just stay stuck in the moment, and it feels like it's impossible to let that go, but we have to. You can't stay sad forever. Bad things are going to happen. You just got to cope with it and get through it to the next stage of it. And sometimes that's not easy, but happiness is always better than being sad. more than one point of view, because not everybody thinks the same. And I think it's great that we don't think the same. Do we really just all want to be saying the same shit all the time like sheep? The idea that you would just repeat something because you heard somebody else saying it sounds very idiotic and stupid to me. And I think that the beautiful thing about being unique and original is that you're not changing yourself to be like anybody else. And I'm never going to do that. And I don't recommend that any of you stars do it either. Be who you are unapologetically and fearlessly. Don't stop yourself from having your own point of view. That's not going to make the conversation better. That's going to make it more boring. A style update. Well, I'm still on my London, New York style, but I don't know. Like, in the winter, I don't really know what my style is. And you got one uniform for work, and then, like, your other style, like, I don't know what my style is. Like, I guess I always look like I'm going skiing. Like, I'm a ski person. Or I always look like I'm going to have winter fun. I guess that's my winter style. I'm on a ski resort. That's basically my style for the winter. I'm just going with it. Thank you for tuning in to this main part of the conversation. Let's get to the next part of this conversation, which is Star Watch Talk, where we watch together. City of Dreams. Looks okay. Might watch it. 911 Lone Star. That's on the list. Paris Has Fallen. Has anybody seen that? I think that's like White House Down, or all those movies about like the White House and all these agencies. I feel like it's good. Rewatching Mayans because I can't remember the beginning of it, and I started watching it and I stopped watching it. That was all during COVID. It's kind of a blank at this point. I kind of think I'm going to rewatch that. Crime Scene Kitchen. Has anybody heard of that? Is that like a food show where they're trying to figure out what happened in the kitchen and then try to remake it over? I feel like I've seen an ad for that, but I could be wrong. Where is the Patient? And Reasonable Doubt. Has anybody seen Reasonable Doubt? I need to catch up with the latest episode of Paradise on Hulu and the final episode of season 3 of Love Island. I am not a fan of season 3, and I was looking online, and it doesn't appear that anybody is. So, Also, it's Thursday, and we're preparing for the Super Bowl on Sunday. Does anybody have any guesses of who they think is going to win? I'm hoping it's the Chiefs. I got to find my Chiefs shirts for the Super Bowl game, for the Super Bowl party that we're having. I'm very excited. Red is my favorite color, so you can pretty much guess who my favorite team is. I switched over from the Cowboys to the Chiefs. I still love the Cowboys, but Chiefs is my main team now. They're the team that I root for every time they play, and I'm happy to see that they're going to the Super Bowl again. We have an amazing team, right? Very happy with all the men that represent the Chiefs, and I'm very excited to see what they get done at this game coming up. It's even more exciting that, the president's going to be there, but I'm hoping that the weather's going to be great and that we have a really good game. I have no idea who's going to be at the halftime. I'm going to let it be a surprise, but I'm just hoping that there's not a lot of calls from the referees and that we could just have a great game. Sometimes these Super Bowls take forever, man. I'm hoping this is not one of them. What do you guys think? I don't know. We've also got to watch Severance, and I don't know. We've watched the first couple episodes of that. It's kind of weird. Like, I understand it, but then again, I don't understand it because it's like in consciousness, but it's not. So it's like the Matrix. It's sort of crazy. But it's good, but it's kind of crazy. Moving off of watching things, did you guys see Reasonable Doubt? For lunch today, I had ramen. It was fire. For dinner, I don't know what we're going to eat. Well, to be decided. Chicken tinga. Chicken tinga tacos. I found a recipe for that on Pinterest, and it looked okay. So basically, you take these tacos, right? You make the taco shells from scratch, which is eggs, flour, well, non-carb flour, and you can add in some veggies as you want. You roll it out, you make sure it's good. Then, you put that in the oil, you flip it over, boom. Then you got to do the chicken and the cheese. You take that out and you top it with a salsa. It doesn't take a long time, maybe like 10 minutes. It looked really good. Pineapple salsa. So basically, pineapple salsa is you take pineapple chunks, chop that up, add in onions, peppers, some tomatoes, but like the diced tomatoes. You can put that in the blender, put that in the blend jet, mix that up a little bit, fire. Then you also want to add some jalapenos in there for a little bit of heat. I think that you could put that salsa on top of the chicken tinga tacos. I think that would be fire. It's not Taco Tuesday, but shit, it's Thursday. You can still do tacos on a Thursday, right? Mushroom chicken stir fry. So basically, it's chicken, mushrooms, and it's a stir fry. So you can add in, I guess, broccoli, and you can make like your own glazed sauce, pretty much like an Alfredo, and you just mix it around, and it's fairly simple, fairly tasty. Doesn't take a lot of work and effort. This could be a weeknight deal. I think you'll like it. Moving on from the chicken mushroom stir fry, air fryer loaded nachos. So this was nachos made with a base of broccoli instead of nachos because it's low carb. And then you just add on all your toppings, your meat, your cheese, your jalapenos, your ranch. Put that in the air fryer. Let that cook off for about 5 to 7 minutes. Fire. Looked good. I'd try it. Beef and broccoli. So obviously you want to chop up your beef. You want to marinate the beef. The broccoli, you can do the frozen or you can do the not frozen broccoli. You want to cook that off in I don't know. I have a lot of Chinese, like I have a wok. So if I'm going to make beef and broccoli, I would use a wok to make that in. You shove in the beef and the broccoli. You cook that off. You marinate that with soy sauce. And I like this spicy, like, sweet and sour that I put in. I cook that off. Then you make the rice. You put that in a rice maker. Put that to the side. Done. Maybe it takes you 15, 20 minutes. Fire. The flavor, delicious. You really want to make sure you marinate that beef first so you really get all that flavor in there. Finally, chicken Caesar pizza. So basically, you're using canned chicken. You're using an egg. You're using Parmesan. You mix that up together. You roll that out into a circle. Then you top that with cheese and lettuce and Caesar dressing, and you put that into the oven for maybe like 5 to 7 minutes. You take that out, and it's really good. And there's like no calories in it, and it looks really good. It's really good, honestly. I kind of want to try that now. Gnocchi soup. I mean, who doesn't want gnocchi? It's always good. My friends, thank you for tuning in to this Thursday edition of Born to Be a Star. Don't forget that you're a star wherever you are. Brothers and sisters, you, me, us, they, and them. Not only are we going to save the United States of America, because it's definitely got some areas that need to be cleaned, but we're going to save the hat too, even though we're about to call that a state. It's going to be the 52nd state when we include, no, I think it'd be, the 52nd, because we're getting Greenland too, so we'll see what happens. But we got other parts of the world we got to save with a bunch of other creepy people in it. And we've also got the universe and the galaxies outside the galaxies. We are the beginning, the middle, and the end, omnipresent like Jesus Christ. We were here when everything began, here when everything ends and starts again. We are the one thing that defeats the darkness because we are the light. And the light never backs down. The light never goes away. And the light is always there. It is the one thing that beats the darkness because we are everywhere and always. Recognize your star power, recognize your strength, and never cave in. We are going to change the world together because we are stars. And just a special happy birthday to my little baby boy, Benny. I hope you know that mommy loves you more than anything in the world. I really do. Please don't forget that you are a star wherever you are. I'll see you stars tomorrow. Have a wonderful Thursday ahead. Good night, good morning, hello, and goodbye. America, America. I'm living in the greatest country in the world. How lucky am I? The star is out.